intro. So, hey, welcome to the Mountain City Show. My name's Phil, and I'm sitting here with Brett.
Evening.
So, today is the first show ever, and
Our first one.
the editing will get better, I promise, as time goes on. It's a lot to learn.
We're just, we're kind of beginners at all this, so, I don't know. It just seemed like a fitting thing to do for the age that we're in, the age of technology that we're in. I think it'd be a best thing to do. Everybody goes to their phones nowadays. Even vehicles nowadays are.
I agree with you.
They go to it, so I think this is the platform that you need to reach the people.
Absolutely.
So,
like every phone comes Bluetooth with, or every car comes Bluetooth for a phone. Like I don't listen to radio. I can't remember the last time I bought a newspaper.
I don't get a newspaper anymore myself.
So I think that mainly, in the future, this is where it's going to be. It's not going to be with newspapers and radios or anything like that. Exactly.
Radio, it's going to be a thing of the past. It's coming.
It is.
I think everybody sees it coming. At least I do anyway. I don't know.
Oh yeah, like I even asked my son. He's 21 and he doesn't listen to the radio. He's like, Dad, I don't even listen to the radio. He's like, I got Spotify.
They jump in the car and the first thing they do, they got Bluetooth and then
it's either that or XM radio. You can literally get on there and listen to Fox News Live like you're watching TV.
Right. Okay. All right. So we'll get started with the local thing. We'll try to reach out
Fort
local and branch out. Yeah, the students, the sentencing.
Yeah. So basically, what you're saying is we're going to start out with a format. A format's always going to be local stuff.
Local stuff to start with. Yeah. See, you can edit this out as we talk. See,
yeah.
This can be cut out.
It can. You might leave it in there though, because I like
let it roll.
I like it though.
So we'll go with local. You want to do some national stuff? We can talk about the national format as well out there. I don't know if you want to bring politics into it.
Politics is rough.
We're not going to talk about Jesus. I can tell you that. So we
I
might
like
as well
sweet baby Jesus.
No, I don't need baby Jesus.
I like sweet baby Jesus.
No.
Nobody got time for that.
That's just the way that's going to be.
You're going to kill me with these little sounds. I'm telling you right now, it's going to make me roll. But yeah, we're going to start out with local, and then we're just going to kind of go into what's happening around town for the day. Anyway. So we're going to try to do local and then go to other things.
Yeah, we can work on the national too, because it does affect the area, and the local thing I think needs to be addressed more than anything. We got a friend of ours that just got into city council. I'm not going to mention his name because I'm not sure if he wants us to yet. So
yeah,
but he's going to try to get the area back to where it needs to be. And I was going to harp on the recreation part of the city. I lived in Frostburg for a good many years. And
I grew up there.
Yeah. So you know the area. You know what I'm talking about. And they just seemed like they were spending lots of money. They spend money on recreation. They put some new playgrounds and stuff in, and then Cumberland just seemed to just put it by the wayside.
Oh, yeah, they dropped the ball.
Yeah, big time dropped the ball, but I did see that it's being discussed. I did see that on Facebook this morning, city council meeting, that it is being discussed. So.
That's a good thing. The kids need something, especially like you and I both have grown kids. How often do we run to sports?
Oh, I got grandkids that, I want to, that I'm going to be watching sports-wise.
So they need to keep those areas nice for them kids, especially like Pee Wee football, Little League. The nicest facility around still is that hot stove baseball fields out at the fairgrounds. Those fields are nicer than a lot of minor league parks.
But that's a county thing. That's county owned.
It is.
Cumberland, like you said, they dropped the ball, so...
Yeah, they did.
They need to spend some money on recreation. Everybody's complaining. What with the local skate park? What's going on with that?
The kayaking.
If you're, send us some information on that if you can on that local skate park. The guys that are running that or who's doing that. Email us. we'll the email will be right there on the screen.
So yeah, I think the other one was the kayak place there in front of the Blue Bridge.
Well, yeah, that dam, right? The dam's supposed to come out of there. I don't know when that's supposed to start, but if and the mall. There's another thing. The mall opening up. What's going on with all this stuff?
The last I saw for the mall, they weren't going to start the downtown mall. They weren't going to start construction until 2024, which I still don't understand the whole thing.
Well, it's a parking thing, and if you want to help downtown, then it's
Parking.
time the parking. Yeah, quit charging.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Just quit charging.
Yeah, I don't want to go there unless I can park because there's nowhere to park. Ever.
Well, no, nobody wants to walk.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to park up at at the end and walk down. It's got to be a convenience thing too.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think opening up will definitely help the situation. People. I vaguely remember as a kid when it was open.
Yeah, me
vaguely.
too. I don't
know.
I don't know. I grew up in Frostburg, so we never really came to Cumberland. So
Right.
We pretty much went to LaVale because of the mall and the grocery stores between Frostburg and LaVale. We never really went to Cumberland.
All right.
Didn't have to. So the other, I got a couple other things. So, basically we're not going to touch on all the news because there's a couple places around here that do news real well. So if you wanted who got arrested, all you got to do is go to Cumberland on Patrol.
Well, yeah, we don't need. I don't want to talk about people being arrested.
I don't
anyway.
either.
But as far as the local things that help the community, I think that's what needs to be talked about here. Like we were. These recreational type things. I think it's important, and I think if you keep people busy, it keeps them out of trouble. The idle time's the devil's playground type thing, and I think the city needs to spend more money on recreation.
Yeah, me too. I agree with that. I do.
And I hope we got the right people in line there that can do that.
Yeah, I think we will. Did you see Jake Shades leaving? He's done.
No, I didn't.
He's
see
finished.
That. I'm not
Which
gonna lie.
When he first got elected, he's a young kid, man, and I'll give him credit. I really do. He turned in very professional young man. He did well.
I don't know the man.
I don't know him either, but just from listening to him speak on occasion, and then whatever news comes out about him, because he was, I guess, head county commissioner who tried to run for Senate and lost to Mike McCabe, and but I thought he did a really good job. That's just me.
Yeah.
That's just from what little information I have on him, but I thought he did good, considering he was so young when he got elected. And he did, I think, 8 years. So he kind of grew up in front of everybody, and he did real well.
Let's say, the county's, it's not worse off than it was, before he got in there. So,
yeah, I agree.
But personally, I don't know the man. So,
yeah, me neither.
As far as political goes, I don't have no problem with the man.
Yeah, I don't either.
He seemed to do all right.
Governor Hogan talking about running for president.
Well, yeah. Now we're going to the national level. Okay.
Well, man, he just makes me grin.
I don't.
Ain't no way.
State politics, is that a good idea?
Yeah,
I mean, we work
idea.
for the state, so I don't know. It's
not a good idea.
No, I'm not.
Well, he's finished, so.
Well, yeah, for us, but then he's going to spread that disease nationwide.
Yeah, right.
I know we'll do that again. I don't know. Yeah, we got to have one of them on that.
Nobody got time for that.
No, nobody got time for Larry Hogan being president.
No.
He's a Republican, and of course, we live in the bluest of states, so
I'm not Republican.
I know.
You are.
I don't hold that against you, though.
I'm not a Democrat either.
Well, I am. I'm registered Republican. I think it. I don't know. It just.
I'm neither. I like it that way.
Yeah.
That way I can complain about both and get away with it.
Well, as long as you vote, you can.
I always vote. I do.
Yeah, I guess you've seen the latest administration, the big deal with Venezuela. Have you seen that? You
Oh,
know,
about the oil?
Yeah, we can't, we don't buy it off our neighbor in Canada, but yet we can buy the dirty shit from down there at, some communist dictator in Venezuela. We can use
horrible.
that.
It's horrible.
We'll take your oil, but we won't take
So here's a
Canada's
great
or
story,
drill our
right?
own.
So here's a good story.
What do you got?
Here's a good story. So
What do you got?
we were sitting talking, a bunch of us one day, about the Teslas, about the vehicles. And
Okay.
we went through and looked at all their specs, and everything that they said about them, from when you start getting to a cold climate,
Okay.
how much that battery depletes. So basically how it works is, so if it has, we'll just do numbers. So say it has a 400 mile range, right? And then you live in a cold climate, cut that in half, 200 mile range. You live in a climate that's cold with mountains, cut it in half again, just to be safe. So you wound up
Well,
with
you talking about environmentally?
No,
It's
so-
bad for the batteries?
No. So it's bad for the driver if you live up in the cold climate and the weather, because they don't, between the mountains and the cold, it takes that battery and depletes it. So you buy a vehicle with 400 mile range, you are not getting 400 miles out of that vehicle up here. It's not happening.
In these mountains, it's like the four-cylinder age, I guess. Four-cylinders weren't made for this type of
Yeah, right.
terrain.
Well, they are now
either.
because they come with freaking
Well, yeah, they got what,
turbos and
turbocharged
everything
now,
else.
so.
Now they'll fly. It wasn't like that
Yeah.
before at
So
all.
okay, go on. I'm sorry, the Tesla thing.
Yeah, so I mean, basically, they with the Tesla, if it says 400 mile range, and you live in Allegheny County, Washington, Mineral County, anywhere, Garrett County, you have to take into effect the cold weather in the mountains, and you're going to have to take into the fact that if it's stating 400 mile range or 300 mile range, you are not getting 300 miles out of that thing up here.
So this is a real thing.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
The weather
It even
has an effect.
Well, yeah, like the cold temperatures on that battery, the cold temperatures on the battery, and then the elevation that you're driving the vehicle. So, I mean, I honestly, I wouldn't mind having a Tesla.
I like the guy.
I love the guy. I think he's great.
I think he's a smart individual. I didn't know the battery life had anything.
Oh, yeah, it does. We
Okay.
sat and looked that up.
All right.
It even says it on it. Well, if you live in cold climate, like it says it on Tesla,
Okay.
divide it in half.
Okay.
And I'm like, what
All
do you mean
right, I got
divide it
you.
in half?
All right. All right.
Divide it in half. $52,000. You can have it.
Well, he's busy now with Twitter anyway, so
Yeah, I like Twitter.
he's bringing everybody back.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. Brought a bunch of people
He
back.
brought a bunch.
I
of
tell you
people
what, you
that,
want to see someone.
with remember the cancel culture
Oh, yeah,
age
it's horrible.
that mess with Twitter. Yeah, he brought Donald Trump back.
He brought a bunch of people
He
back.
brought a bunch.
I
of
tell you
people
what, you
that,
want to see someone.
with remember the cancel culture
Oh, yeah,
age.
it's horrible. They're not going to go well. Did you see what the one sheriff did down south in Texas? I think it was Texas. I can't remember the state.
Well, they're suing the federal government down there because the border's wide open for one thing.
No, not that. Not about that. So what this sheriff did, he goes, if they try to take our guns, if they come and try to take my citizens' guns, who are law-abiding citizens with no records, he's like, I'm just going to deputize them. All of them.
Also, everybody will be a deputy. Everybody
will
will
be like an honorary deputy and can keep all their firearms.
Where's this at? It's Texas.
I want to say it might be, I can't say it's Texas. I can't remember the state, but he was all over the news. It was hysterical because it was pretty smart. They interviewed him and he said, well, so what are you going to do? Are you going to deputize 10,000 people? He's like, as long as they live in my in my county.
Yeah, line them up.
And they're upstanding citizens. Absolutely, I'm going to deputize them.
Yeah,
He's like, but it comes with terms, meaning if I ever need you, you can't say no, for whatever.
Town Square is going to be a war zone.
Right? He goes, so if something happens. So, yeah, he literally said that. He's like, I'll just deputize them. They can keep all their firearms.
Absolutely.
Which I thought was pretty smart. He was like, I read it all. He's like, I'm allowed to do it.
Boom.
Yeah, I got you.
I think everybody should. I think everybody should have the right to carry anyway. I think it'll stomp out a lot of the bullshit that's going on. Back to the old West type days, where if everybody's carrying, then it keeps everybody in check.
It kind of does, I think. Florida's like that. When I lived in Florida, there was a huge problem with carjackings.
Well,
right?
I don't see a whole hell of a lot of people creeping across cornfields either
No.
to home invade somebody
No, but-
either, because the farmers have guns.
Yes. So Florida did that. They passed a law where you could protect your vehicle with force. And in Florida, it's really simple to get a firearm permit to carry wherever you go. So they did all that, and then the carjackings went down to nothing.
Because because they know there's guns.
Yeah, that's true.
You
They do.
know, you got these idiots. They'll jump into a vehicle but not. I guess not in Florida, not anymore, huh?
Yeah, not in Florida. No, definitely not in Florida.
They'll give the kids guns too, I guess.
I have a concealed carry permit. I do have one. But I don't use it. The only time I ever use it's when I go to Baltimore.
I don't have one.
That's the only
not
time I
yet
ever use it.
anyway. I guess with the marijuana legalization, July 1st, by the way, here in Maryland, July 1st,
jeez.
isn't it a time? It's a ticker tape parade downtown, baby.
I know how you like your
Well, I do like my pharmaceuticals. Well, the legal ones anyway.
the legal ones.
Yeah, I can't. I can't buy off of Juan down on the street corner down there.
No, that's
I
not a
don't
good idea.
I don't recommend that anyway, especially if this is going out live or going out for broadcast.
Oh God. You want to talk about that?
What, my experience?
Yeah. It's an interesting story. So here's what I gather, right? Let me gather here.
Go ahead,
So-
gather.
So you retired from the state.
You're gonna put my business out there.
Well,
It's actually maybe it'll help somebody.
It might.
Maybe we can look at it that way.
So, and I think it's an important conversation. So you retired from the state of Maryland after 20 years,
I did.
right? And then you kind of went hog wild. It was almost like you went,
Well, yeah, I guess I kind of
you went hog wild. 'Cause
I did. I guess
I know, because you were doing.
it's a-
I know you were always buying marijuana.
that's a good
which
description.
I understand, which is okay. Not my
Well.
cup of tea, but I get it. So tell me, how did you go from retiring, working, to, can I say it?
Say what?
Rehab.
Say it.
Going
To
into-
rehab. We call it treatment nowadays.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, it's
so you-
treatment. The
you-
political.
well, you
I
checked
think
yourself into rehab for a month. And
35 days. Yeah.
35 days. And so my question is how did you get from
20 years working
Before
in the
the-
prison system might have had a little something
I'm
to
sure
do
it
with
probably
that.
did,
Yeah,
but I
would
mean-
imagine.
how did you get from there to going into rehab, and what all were you doing? Do you know what I mean? Because I don't even know. I mean, you told me a little bit, but you didn't tell me a lot. You also told me about, I guess you were going into drug houses around town, which I had no idea.
Yeah, we
there
don't
was-
want to. Yeah,
there was-
there's plenty of those around, but that's not just this town. That's any town
Well,
for
yeah.
that matter. I mean, Frostburg or Laval or wherever, as far as that goes. But yeah, it's there, and it gets a hold of you, and they. I don't know, but people got their own. People got their own persona about what happens or why it happens or why people do what they do or what they get hooked on. It's a choice or whatever. That's an argument for another time. Bless you.
Thank you.
But I think that I'm not what you would call a craver. I wasn't a craver of anything. I was more or less a barrier of memories type thing that kind of strayed me that way, I guess. I don't know. It got to the point where I was ending up in places where I shouldn't have been, and I was with people that I probably shouldn't have been with, and it takes you to get to that point to where you've had enough, and you got to do something about it. Let me tell you, if you're having a problem with it now, and you still got your family behind you, and you still got your family trying to help you out, get help now, because that'll go away eventually. Not that it ever happened to me, but being where I was, I met a lot of people, and a lot of people have been there several times. and they've lost that support.
You mean in rehab?
Yeah,
time.
the treatment, yeah.
And you can talk about lose what, your family over it?
Yeah. If you still got that support, get it and go now, because after a while, that support system, it does go away. You know, it will.
Yeah.
They get tired of it. They get tired of
Absolutely.
it. You know, the words don't mean anything anyway. But I'm a big advocate of the treatment deal now. I have a little bit more sympathy than I did.
I do.
Prior to when I worked for the state. I didn't have much sympathy for it. I didn't care. You know, I bullshit. You know, it's your fault type of attitude. I don't have time. I don't need to listen to you. You're
really. Yeah, I mean, I understand.
The
that.
addict wise, I mean, you know, but I am a big advocate of treatment. I just I don't think there's enough money flowing toward it. I think that the insurance companies, you know, they'll approve so many days, but I just I don't think there's enough money thrown at the problem as far as treatment goes.
Yeah.
Community, I think community-based programs, things like that people can get involved in and actually get a sense of accomplishment, it would also help as far as use goes too, as far as staying away from it.
I get that. So what about do you agree that for yourself, and I would imagine this is probably for most people, the only way you were going to seek help is if you wanted it, not because your family wanted you to do
that's
it.
what I meant. You've got to, if you're not ready, you've got to put forth some sort of an effort. I mean, it was 35 days away from home. You know, 35 days not seeing anybody. You know, and that's the tough part of it. But if you want to be there and you're actually ready, it's worth, and you know, and you want to change your life, then it's something that bless you. It's something that can be done. It's something that you got to want it. Nobody can force you to quit.
That's what I get at. So you can't take a family member who you know needs to go in there because they're doing drugs all the time. And
well, they're not going to hold them against their will anyway. I mean, they can leave anytime they want to leave. I mean, you know, it's not court ordered. Some of them are court ordered there, but you know, if they consciously, I'm talking about volunteering on going to treatment. I'm not talking about this court ordered or this drug court thing or nothing like that. A lot of times that's just hoop jumping. You know, people hoop jumping to just get through what they need to get through to get out of their legality problems.
Yeah, I understand that.
But if anybody actually wants to be, you know, it works, but you got to be mentally prepared to do so.
I get that. So, how do you feel now?
I feel great.
Do you?
I feel great now.
Quit smoking?
Yeah, quit smoking cigarettes too.
You've been smoking a long time.
At 13 years old, I started smoking at 13. So anybody that says they can't quit, they can. I mean, look, I know what it's going to be. It's, look at the asshole that quit smoking. Now he's going to tell everybody else they need to do it too.
Yeah.
But no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying smoking is just like anything. It's just like the heroin addiction. You know, you got to want to quit.
How was the first week? Detox.
Detox was hell. Yeah, detox was bad. I didn't take anything for it. I didn't take anything. I didn't take
Explain that to me.
I didn't take any. I didn't take anything to help me through withdrawal.
Okay.
I didn't want anything, and I did smoke for those 4 days I was in there. But then after I got out, I decided the quit smoking thing was a thing for me. That was to help with my mind, because it was easy for me to abstain from certain things because I wasn't because they weren't available. They weren't available there to me, but cigarettes were.
Yeah.
So I figured if I could quit the cigarettes because they're available to me, then I should be able to quit the street shit when it becomes available.
And we're not talking not just marijuana. We're talking
No, we're talking. Well, marijuana is not even a street
Yeah,
thing in
it's
Maryland
not that.
anymore. We're talking the meth, the heroin,
yeah.
the cocaine.
I gotcha.
You know, that stuff, it's readily available. And out here it is, but in there it wasn't. You know, it's easy to say, oh, I'll never do it again because it's not right there in front of you or it's not accessible to go buy. Where once I'm out of there, like I could go right now. I could go get in the car right now and go buy.
Yeah.
You know, if I wanted to, I could go buy.
Oh, absolutely.
But I'm not going to do that because
Thank God.
I wanted to quit.
Mhm.
I had it in my mind that it was time. It was a life change thing, you know.
So I will say this. So I've known you, over 20 years. We've been really
Wow,
good friends for a lot of that. Over the past, when did you retire? How many years ago?
3 now, I think. 3.
All right. So like
Is it 3?
after you retired, I
Don't know.
noticed a difference in you. And I couldn't put my finger on it. I mean, I did eventually start
Well,
hearing.
I even used it even at that. Even then, I mean, it was a coping thing. You know, I didn't. I never went to. I can say that I never went into work high.
Yeah.
I can say that. At least I could say that much. I didn't go in there high. Well, everybody's trained to look for it in there anyway. Why the hell would I go in there high?
Yeah, true. But what I'm saying is, though, after you retired, I could see a difference in how you acted for the 20 years that I knew you versus
Well,
how
I mean,
it progressively started to get like something was wrong. You know what I mean? Like, what the?
and all I did was prolong the bullshit anyway, because you know the job changes you. It changes you too. You know, you take that shit home, even though you don't want to. You do. I don't give a shit who you are, and you know, and it just prolonged me changing as a person. You know, because you're a different person when you work there anyway. You really are, and then. You get out, and then what I do, I go, what you called it, what I do, I went hog wild.
Yeah, you went hog wild.
Hog wild, yeah, okay. Well, and then it just it didn't make me any better of a person, you know, neither one for that matter. But there's a change that happens once you retire too.
Yeah.
You know, things change.
I agree with that.
And you go back. Your guard isn't up, I guess, so much as what it says. But then you got a failed marriage. You got kids. You got grandkids. You got life rolling. It's rolling right along. There's no pause button there, and you got 20 years of a mind fuck.
So instead of
basically.
like Rumspringer, if you were Amish, you kind of just used it to escape,
Oh yeah, there you go.
kind of like you would with alcohol.
Yeah, well, what do they call that? The chickens had come home to roost.
Yeah.
All right, so instead of me eating the chickens, I chased them off.
Oh, jeez. I kind of get your analogy, but not
Yeah.
really with the chickens. Kind of.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, I was a barrier. I wasn't a craver. I although it did have a hold on me more than what I thought it did.
Yeah, you thought you could control it, but you couldn't.
Well, that's what they tell you. If an addiction, an addiction is when it becomes unmanageable. It makes your life unmanageable. You know, like, you know, they also say there's a lapse too. Not that I'm making excuses for anybody that was in treatment, but you know, they'll have a what they call a lapse. They'll go back to it.
Yeah.
But my opinion, I don't think that's a relapse.
Mhm.
It's a relapse is when it becomes unmanageable. Again,
I gotcha.
you know,
Which I would say it's probably going to.
eventually that'll come to that
Yeah, oh,
if you
absolutely.
don't put it in check. But you know, I guess what I'm saying is just because a recovering addict uses doesn't mean, oh shit, here we go again. You know, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
You know, they could stop and that's a lapse. That's not what I call a relapse, but
Okay.
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess I do. So you still clean?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
You look good.
Well, thank you.
You look way better than what you did.
I was a mess. It was a ride. I put on some weight and
Yeah, you finally
I'm
put on some
clean.
weight.
I don't smoke, so
Hair looks good. Look at you with a little spiky hair there.
Well, it's natural. It's a natural curly hair thing. I don't know. Anybody knows me knows that I had my brothers used to teach me, either you got a rat on your head. Yeah, assholes.
I know your brothers.
Yeah, I know you do.
They're awesome.
Well, they like to aggravate, and like that's why I mentioned the family thing.
Yeah.
Because
tell me what your family did. Tell me what your family did.
Oh, it was an intervention. But 2 days prior to that, I'd already been thinking on it because I was with some people in a place that I probably shouldn't have been at, and then so I'd already looked at. Matter of fact, I did this place called Reckless Recovery. I'm not really plugging anybody. It's just what the name of it was. And I'd hit the button, and of course they message you right away, and I'm like, I touched it on I didn't touch it on purpose. It was an accident. But then it was on my mind, and like you said, that's where I'm talking about that point where you want to be ready. You got to be ready.
Yeah.
So when my brothers show up, and my kids and my ex-wife, they all show up at my house, and it was an intervention thing, and they thought that there was going to be this big brawl. It was going to be a big fight. It was going to, we're going. I think my one relative was like, "Hey, we're going to tie your ass up and throw you in the goddamn car," But
I mean, do you understand where they're coming from, though?
He and one brother went through this whole spiel, and then I went, "Yeah, I'll go," and they was like, "Whoa." But I was ready. I was ready to go.
Yeah.
It just their timing was on the mark.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was
Perfect timing.
actually. Yeah,
That's a good thing.
and I don't know. I need to take a step back. And they say 90 days most of the time. That's the recommendation. 90-day treatment type thing. Inpatient 35. That's what I did. Inpatient 35 days. Come out on the other side, and I don't know. Not everybody's the same. Not everybody's rock bottom is the same.
I get that. Everybody's different.
It's not. There's not a clear definition of rock bottom. It can be your rock bottom could be way different than mine.
Absolutely.
You could have $20 in your pocket, and you think you're at rock bottom. Where I'm completely freaking broke, have nothing.
Yeah.
And that's my rock bottom, basically. Everybody's different. So, we're not in competition here to
No, absolutely not.
see who the worst drug addict is.
No. So my question
everybody's
is,
rock
so I got another
bottom's
question
different.
for you. So like around town, like they have what? NA, which be narcotics.
Well, they got NA.
Anonymous,
Yeah, there's NA here. There's Fort Recovery.
Do they have a varieties or just one?
I don't know. I haven't been to a meeting. I just haven't. I haven't attended a meeting. I did some. I'm looking into some, some therapy type thing, and maybe in the future. But I haven't been to a meeting. But I don't know. I haven't. It hasn't really crossed my mind. I haven't.
What, to go to a meeting or feel like you didn't need one because you're not going down that road again?
Oh no, I'm not going down that road again, and I still feel that way. And I know the meetings, that they pound it. You're setting yourself up for failure, and they may be right. I don't know. I hope not.
Yeah,
but I don't need it. I don't want it.
So if it got to the
well,
point
there's
where
35 days. I look back. It's like I had to take a look and see what I have to lose. I got a lot to lose.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people, I guess, don't see that. I don't know, but my drive is the family, my grandkids.
And the grandkids.
Well, that's what I had. That was my drive to get home.
Brothers.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't the same.
No, you weren't.
No. I wasn't.
You are now. Now you're the person I've known for 20 years.
Well, it's good to be back, but yeah.
And your little 3-year hiatus.
Well, it was. That's just the beginning. That's the tail end, actually. I mean, that's always doing something since high school. I mean, even but yeah. I mean, it was a ride. It exists out there. It's bad, and And I'll say it. I mean, I'll put it out there. Anybody that it needs help or needs to talk or needs treatment or anything, the email, send us an email. I'd be more than glad to talk to you, more than glad to help you. Everybody's different, as far as how their treatment is and how their treatment goes. Some of them, I mean, they recommend the entire ride in 90 days and things like that. But I don't think I need that.
So I got another question. So what about like not getting to that point in the first place? Like, is there anything people like besides? I remember my father. My father used to put this in my head since I was a kid. And since I was a little kid, he was like, Phil, drugs will ruin your life. Drugs will ruin your life. Drugs will ruin your life. That's all he used to say to me. And it was instilled in me since I was probably 5 years old. So every time I got around drugs, and it happens in life, you go out with your friends, especially when you're younger, you will get that. So, I was just said, absolutely not. I'd leave. I'd just walk away and I'd go somewhere else. And so I think, him doing that from a time I was a young age helped me to stay away from that. And I did that to my son too. Ever since he was little, I was like, you want to ruin your life, do drugs. The moment you do them, your life's over. It's just going to take a freaking hold of you, and it's going to be so hard to come off.
Well, it starts off. It's the party thing. It starts off. You're younger. Everybody does it. So you're doing it. You're having a good time. And I guess some of us too. We get to the point where we don't realize when the party's over either. It just keeps rolling along. Yeah. I don't know. I like alcohol. I've never really had a real big problem with alcohol. I've been able to put it down. I've been able to just drink one or two and be able to stop with it.
Yeah.
There's certain things that I just couldn't stop, or I had to have. It got to the point where I needed it to function, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
But I'm through it. I'm on the other side, and I feel good. And like I said, anybody needs help, please reach out. I'll do what I can for you. At least, I mean, I don't recommend anybody. I don't recommend the life for anybody. But I'm not what you would call the typical drug tragedy story either. You know what I mean? I'm not.
True.
I mean, I wasn't. I didn't end up homeless in the gutter somewhere, eating out of a dumpster. That's not that's somebody else's rock bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So don't think that I got it under control. It's not that bad yet. I'm good, because you're not good.
Oh, I agree.
You're not good. You could your rock bottom could be now.
Mm-hmm.
Why later? Why not right now?
So what'd you do? Just got tired of living that life?
Oh yeah, you get tired of that. You get tired of waking
fix to fix.
Well, yeah, you get tired of waking up wondering where your next one's going to come from. You know, and how you get the money, how you're going to get the money to do so. And you get used to it. I hated not having money. Now I know why I didn't have any.
Oh yeah, spend it on that.
Well, yeah, you absolutely.
I'm proud of you, dude.
Well, the cigarettes too. So
I am.
that's $10 a day right there.
Yeah, I quit smoking a long time ago.
You think about that. That's
horrible.
It's money too.
But yeah, I'm proud of you. It's an amazing accomplishment that you would actually realize that you needed help and do that.
It's I didn't know that's what we were going to talk about today.
Yeah,
but
I know.
That's fine too. That's okay. I don't mind talking about it.
Good. I think you should.
The way I am now with it is if I can if I could help somebody. I mean, we'll talk about it again. Absolutely. I have no problem talking about it. And if I can help somebody out, I'll definitely do so. Absolutely. I don't mind putting it out there. Some people it takes a long time to talk about.
It takes a lot of courage to put that out there.
But anybody that I don't know it was a rough thing. It was a rough thing, and it's good to be on the other side.
No, absolutely.